Hey guys, so coming to you live from the Wadlife Nutrition Center, aka our kitchen, with Baby Jojo, and I wanted to get across to you an idea that has everything to do with her and how she eats. So she only eats until she's full. She really has a hard time, or we have a hard time getting any more in her than she wants, or that in her body, and she tells us that she wants. We think that we're trying to get her to bump up how much she eats, trying to give her a little more frequently, see if she'll take a little more, and she's having none of it. She only eats what she wants until she's full, and when she's done, she's done. So I really feel that this is a very intuitive, innate human response that we all have early on in our lives, and that we lose as adults. And to know how much to eat to keep our body functioning most optimally. So what happens to us as we become adults? A couple things. Number one, we have to do with the sugar. Sugar has the same response on portions of the brain as does drugs. It hits those parts of the brain saying that it's awesome, it's delicious, and that we need to have more of it. And hence why we developed this idea called sugar addiction and so on. But sugar, number one, has that same response on the brain as does a drug in saying that we need this awesome sugar. So having that response on the brain is number one, and having to do with sugar and why we so despise and want to limit our sugar. Number two, what happens over time is that we don't eat all the nutrients we need. She's only getting breastfed, and which gets all the nutrients possible and needed for her awesomely growing body. And but what happens to us? We don't eat all the nutrients that we need in the right proportions, and so our body tells us to keep eating because we have yet to satisfy its nutrients desire. So even though we are continually consuming more calories, we are still not giving the body the nutrients it needs. So we're malnourished even though we're eating an excess of calories. So number two, we're malnourished, and our body tells us to keep eating because, darn it, we need the nutrients it needs, no matter how much you got to eat. Number three, possibly what happens, and this is my hypothesis on idea. Not too much research is done on this, but what happens is that so we eat all this excess and gluttony of calories and food, and we stretch our stomach, and our stomach gets bigger, and we inevitably in time have a harder time than reaching that full feeling, or that of when our stomach is full. And so therefore we get into this cycle of eating too much, because we've then have this chronic nature of eating too much and stretching our stomach and continuing on, and so we have a stretched out stomach, which then brings us to keep eating even though we should stop. So just want to give those 3 points. I do believe and wholeheartedly believe and know that if done properly, keeping it simple, eating nutrient dense, possibly we can get back to our roots, get back to our body working as it should be, and we could sense of when we're full what we need when we listen to it. So that's not all mumbo jumbo. It really is something that I think all of us strive for, and we're back to our roots and our babyhood feelings about food. And so hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Hopefully it makes sense. Keep doing work, and let's get better. See you guys soon.